BBC Upload. BBC Upload.
Now it's time for our roving reporter Karen Kemp to go out and about for us again. She has, and this time she's met up with author and illustrator Mike Dix, who has a moving story to tell us.
I'm here in Brighton with author and illustrator and designer Mike Dix, and we're here to talk about his new book, which he's going to read from for us, and it's rather special. And Mike changed his sort of focus in life when he was diagnosed with leukemia, which is recurring, but it's not only changed him as a human being, it's also changed his work. So we're going to now get him to talk about this book, The Race.
Yeah, so The Race is, that's an interesting introduction, isn't it, about the change of life. I quite often think, so leukemia is a blood cancer. I've had it for about 12 years and it comes back in cycles. That's what's going to happen. So I kind of knew at the time that I was diagnosed that's life-changing in one way or another. And I wanted to take the opportunity to be creative in life. I've been doing various jobs where I could be expressing creativity, but mainly I was working with creative people to achieve things. And I just wanted to do my own things. So there was that sort of tipping point of, okay, you learn to live on a bit less money, which is an important creative trick, basically, and then just start creating projects. And what are they? What do I want to tell stories about? So I did some books about me and my dog. I've done some books about politics, but using little cartoon characters. I do a lot of work, artistic work about Brighton. But this book most recently came out of a sort of magical set of circumstances where my son and daughter-in-law decided during COVID that they would move to Madrid from London. And I didn't expect much to come of that until I got a phone call saying, also, you're going to be a granddad. That had an impact on me. I immediately booked a flight. I immediately went over to Madrid, obviously, it helped as much as I could in the process of them having the baby. And then 1 week after he was born, I got to fly out there and go meet the chap, and it was transformational. So I didn't expect that when you hold lots of babies in your life, don't you, basically, throughout the whole family. But the effect of holding this young man was exactly the same as holding my sons when they were first born. This sort of intense bond that's immediately created where you suddenly go, okay, I have a responsibility in life towards you now. And as an artist, I started to think, well, what is that responsibility to? I said to myself, I really want to be this quirky granddad full of stories that Lucas will have to tell to other people, and sometimes they'll look at them and go, no, you're making that up, your granddad didn't do that, that's ridiculous. And then I just wanted to make sure that I created those stories for him, even if they didn't exist. So he's now 2 years old. So last year I was walking through Brighton, and I go to Madrid like every month if I can, every 2 months, probably on average. And I'm walking through Brighton and I walk past this charity shop, and in the window is this beautiful silver racing car, this amazing looking sort of 1930s Jaguar SS type racing car that a kid can sit on and ride. And it was beautifully made. And I thought, I need to get this for Lucas. So it's 60 quid, I could probably ill afford, but I brought this car, tuck it under my arm, and I'm walking back from the charity shop to my home, and people are commenting on this car. They're saying, what a beautiful car is it for? I said, it's for my grandson. They said, where does he live? Madrid. How am I going to get this car to Madrid, basically? This is mad. And then I thought, well, I want to tell the story of him and his car, but he hasn't got his car yet.
Yeah.
And I want to use that book to actually help raise the money to ship the damn car to Madrid. That was my immediate thought. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to start working on an idea for what the book might be about. And I wanted it to be about the fun of driving a car and friendship. That was what started to come out the most. So I created a story based on all of his favourite toys being his fans for a race that he has with his best friend Violetta from nursery. And then I needed to bring those two things together, the actual car that I'd got, the box and garage that I built for it, and the book. So I sold, I did a limited edition print of the book and sold 100. And the people that paid for the book are all listed in the back of the book as sort of co-authors, because without them, I wouldn't have been able to make this.
Yeah.
I took the book to Madrid and the car to Madrid, and before I turned up at their flat with the car, I called in at a local bookshop and just left a copy of the book on the shelf with the lovely owners, who said, "Why are you doing this?" And I said, "It will all become apparent tomorrow. Just don't sell it before tomorrow. Basically, that's fine." And then we opened the car. Lucas loves the box much more than the car.
Of course.
And I'm thinking it would have been a lot cheaper just to bring the box. And then could have flat packed it. And then I'm thinking, oh God, I've written a book about him loving a car. He doesn't like the car. What am I going to do? And then he starts riding the car, and he loves the car. And then the next day I take him to the bookshop when we go for a walk, and we find this book, and then we start reading the book.
Well, I think you should read it for us.
Okay. Lucas loves his silver racing car. He drives it by the river. He dreams his car is in a race and imagines he's the winner. Lucas overtakes a bicycle and swerves around a scooter. As he zooms past people walking dogs, he warns them with his hooter. Who's this crying by a bright red car? It's his best friend, Violetta. She is looking very sad today. Can Lucas make things better? A wheel came off my new racing car, says Violetta through her tears. Don't worry, I've got a tool for that. It's for fixing wheels and gears. The friends set to work to fix the wheel. Together they're such a team. And as they work, Lucas tells his friend his race car winning dream. Violetta's car is mended now, and she is full of cheer. Let's race back home, she says to Lucas, and let's start our race from here. Violetta races off ahead as a crowd of friends all cheer. Lucas has to work fast to catch her, so he changes up a gear. Lucas takes a shortcut through the trees, so fast he makes them sway. But who's this trying to cross the path? It's Giuseppe in his way. Lucas brakes and skids and stops in time, and he lets the dyno cross. Violetta takes a look behind as Giuseppe says, "Thanks, boss." Violetta whooshes through the park and waves and smiles at friends. Lucas's car is catching up now, so she goes faster around the bends. Big Bear is standing up in his swing as Violetta whooshes past. But look, Big Bear's swing has swung too much. Now their pal is falling fast. Bear's not hurt. He's very lucky. Lucas stops beside his bench, and he helps Big Bear to mend the swing with his special racing wrench. Bear thanks Lucas and wishes him luck as he sets off one last time. Violetta looks back once again, then front to the winning line. Violetta's made it to the finish. She's the first to reach the end, but she stops her bright red racing car and she waits there for her friend. The racers cross the line side by side and the crowd all cheer together. You are both the winners now, they say, because you're friends forever.
That's just absolutely delightful. And you managed to do it without crying.
I did, well, I'm professional. I knew that was going to happen and I stopped myself.
So if people want to buy the race and to find out about you and the other things you do, where do they go to? On socials or website?
So if you search for Mike Dix, I'm quite proud of the fact I've been on the internet so long that I do come up fairly quickly in that process, and it's a rare name. So, but also MikeDixArt.com is my website for the book and various other things that I do.
Thanks for spending time with me today.
Thank you, Karen. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Our fantastic reporter, Karen